to take a moment out of my busy day and stop to record another musing. Today's topic has been very much about truth. What is truth? And I posted an op that says truth becomes capital T truth only by substantiating experience. And I want to go a little bit deeper into that. What I am actually trying to say with it. There's many levels to truth. And I can use myself as an example. My truth changed and evolved right along with the level of awareness, the level of soul trauma that I have healed, and it shifted. Let me see if I can explain how that works. During my time as a Bible-believing Christian and Jesus-following, Jesus-loving believer, Christian, I was not aware of all of the trauma that I held in my subconscious soul. And not being aware of the trauma and the reasons for the trauma, I was, I would gravitate toward a truth that would align most accurately in resonance to my subconscious soul. And because I had so much trauma, subconscious trauma, there were feelings in my soul that made me feel very much victimized by life. Basically, life was against me. Everything that I experienced was created an environment of psychological enmity. And so, if you understand this now, with that sense being in my subconscious, in the unaware parts of my mind, feeling like the victim, my mind would seek out truth that would resonate and confirm the trauma and the vibration that the trauma was creating in me. And so when I was reading my Bible, passages like it is appointed unto man once to die, and then after that is the judgment, I had a very small awareness of truth. And I thought that the entirety of my life with God would be encapsulated in these 70 years of one lifetime, and then everything is over. And I gravitated toward that truth because I hated my life. I hated living. I hated being in this world. And so any passage that would speak about dying and going to heaven and only having to live this life once became my truth. And it was my mind calibrated that to my vibration in my soul. And that was a soul that felt fearful, felt victimized, and just did not want to be here. Now, what's going on, what has happened over the course of the last 4 years, I had a major awakening in 2019. And now I healed a lot of the trauma that came up to the surface that I became aware of. And now I have different layers of consciousness overlapping. And I find myself now at a crossroads and torn between whether, if I had the opportunity to pass away and only live one lifetime, or whether I would want to come back again in another lifetime and live this life again. I am honestly torn. You see, my truth, my personal truth, is now trying to calibrate. My mind is trying to recalibrate to the vibration in my soul. In my soul, I no longer feel the victim of this life. I have made quite a stride in moving from feeling victimized and helpless to an empowered soul that has a degree of control over this life. Of course, not entirely. But now I see myself as having a purpose here. This life actually has a purpose. And so now these two consciousnesses are overlapping, and I am gravitating toward new truth. And so I have adopted the truth of reincarnation, that we come here and have been coming here through multiple lifetimes to evolve our soul. And just take me as an example, just in this lifetime, I have been able to evolve my soul by healing the subconscious trauma that I have collected over many lifetimes. And it's totally changed the person that I was before to the person that I am now. So that's what I mean when I say truth grows with us. Truth adjusts with us, depending on the vibration that we hold within us. And so, like I said, I am torn. Some days I want to get out of here. I'm so overwhelmed by life and so tired of it. But other days, when I have more clarity in my conscious awareness, I want to stay. And I've even contemplated coming back for another lifetime, because I'm beginning to see the purpose. I'm beginning to understand what is happening here. That we are in this beautiful cosmic arrangement, collective arrangement. We're actually building something together. We're building, the goal is to build heaven on earth. Can you imagine that? Probably not if you're looking around right now. But we're all working together, the villains and the heroes, to create a magnificent earth, a paradise, or as the Bible calls it, heaven on earth. And I want to be, now that I understand this, I want to be part of that. And that's why I'm open to the truth of reincarnation, of incarnating here again and again, with new consciousness and higher levels of consciousness. And each time I have a little more impact on the collective earth as a whole. So, yes, I am torn whether I want to die and go to heaven or whether I want to die and come back, or maybe not die at all. Maybe I can become immortal in this body. We don't know how long it's going to take, but that's the trajectory that we're on. So, with the expansion of my consciousness, with the healing of my soul, my truth has evolved. And that's what I mean, that truth only becomes capital TRUTH with our experience that is substantiating it. And that's why I say truth evolves for us, and our mind adjusts to different information that resonates with the vibration that we hold in the soul, depending on how much we have healed. So it's always going to change. So I think the future that all souls actually want is a future here in physicality, but in a ascended, in a raised consciousness. And humanity has been evolving in consciousness over the many ages. When you look back, we have made great stride, and there's exciting things ahead for humanity and for planet Earth. So, yeah. So I'm in this overlap right now. Not quite sure where I want to be, and that's okay. That's okay. But at least I'm no longer in the escapist, fearful awareness and consciousness that I had as a Christian, where I just, oh God, I couldn't wait for the day to die and to get out of here and to spend eternity with God in heaven. But what if God wants to be down here on earth? What if God is experiencing a beautiful sentient life through you and me? Would you come back?